I actually think Jesus would frustrate a lot of people. I think he would really irritate a lot of people.
What would Jesus do if he visited the United States Senate? I think he would say, "Depart from me."
We will prevail over the forces of wickedness.
Now, if you vote Democrat, I don't even want you around this church. You can get out. You can get out, you demon.
If Christ himself walked through these doors, he would be maligned as a radical.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
I actually think that if Jesus were walking amongst us, I just know for a fact so many people would be asking him, should we deport illegal immigrants? Or are you pro-life? Are you pro-choice? Trying to get him on their side. And I actually don't think Jesus would actually be very direct in answering these questions. In fact, he might even just follow up with another question.
Give me a boy's name that starts with the letter H.
Jose.
Be extremely vague, might ignore these questions, or just point to the heart of the person. Jesus actually shuts down really quickly in the Bible anytime someone tried to make it political with him. They ask him, should we pay taxes to Caesar? Jesus says, give to Caesar's what is Caesar's, give to God's what is God's. In another event, Pontius Pilate asks him if he's the king of the Jews. Jesus says to him, my kingdom is not of this world. If it were, my servants would fight to prevent my arrest from the Jewish leaders. This type of association that I'm seeing in modern day politics doesn't really make sense to me, because Jesus in the Bible, from what I'm reading, sounds like he will not support any association, at least partisan. When you attach divinity to politics, this can be dangerous, because what you're essentially doing and saying, whether it's intentional or not, if you are against me, then you are against God. So therefore, if you're a Republican, if you're a conservative, then you're on the good guy side.
Clearer now than ever before that there is one party who is allowing for the preaching of the gospel, and I don't care if it's to get my vote, so long as the gospel is advancing, so long as the kingdom is advancing.
MAGA, make Australia great again. Make America great again. Make whatever great again.
And while Jesus did say some pretty bold claims, he also did explore a lot of nuance.
This woman has been caught in the act of adultery. She should be punished according to the law. What do you say?
He among you who is without sin, let him cast the first stone.
Now, if we had been going just strictly by the law, then the Pharisees should have stoned her. But Jesus saw, first of all, that they were coming in with a heart of self-righteousness. Jesus constantly encourages people who follow him to look beyond the material, to look beyond the face value. I have no doubt that there are people, Republican, Democrat, associate with more left or right, that sincerely love Jesus and believe in Jesus and believe Jesus is calling them to do something. The tricky part is when we start associating and identifying Jesus with either political side. It seems that in the Bible, Jesus did not come for any earthly matters, to become a leader of any earthly matters, but instead came for a much, much bigger purpose than that, which is spiritual. Yes, Jesus does talk about there being some sort of a division, with him saying, do you think I came to bring peace to the earth? No, I tell you, but division. But I think we're misunderstood on what that division is. I think the division Jesus is talking about is actually a much, much bigger picture than that, and actually a much more scarier picture than that. What I do know that Jesus did talk about, he talked a lot about warning against lust, against greed, against envy, against lust for power. And the thing with all of these attributes, no matter what label you identify yourself as, anyone is capable of it. And Jesus talked about all of it. He didn't talk about politics, he didn't talk about the Romans, but instead focused more on qualities that all human beings can possess. In other words, if Jesus is deciding if we're going to heaven or not, I seriously doubt he's going to care if you were a Democrat or a Republican or a liberal or a conservative. I seriously doubt he's gonna care, like, at all.